there was someone inside of me. It's now to be him.
What happened between you and my father?
What's going on, guys? So welcome to the breakdown of the trailer for Season 3, Episode 15, How the Riddler Got His Name. And let's just go ahead and dive right into this because, you know, it's going to be a long time until we see Gotham again. So let's go ahead and start talking about what we think is going to happen in this episode. First off, we see Riddler in his very, trance state of mind. And it looks like he's, you know, how he was when he first started becoming the Riddler. And he was just, always going psycho with just wanting to kill people or whatever. Seems very similar to that. The background seems like he's actually in Penguin's house. It seems like that. So he might be at the mayor's mansion. We've seen other scenes in this trailer that he obviously has to go back there. So I'm going to assume that he's at some place. And that is Penguin's house. This next scene is Riddler over what seems to be like a chess tournament or like a chess club. It seems to be like a bunch of older people playing the game of chess. There's actually people watching this game, so I'm assuming it's some kind of big wig tournament. And that's what I can only assume is that a bunch of people are playing chess, which plays in perfectly for the Riddler because he is a person of mind games and he thinks he can beat anybody and anything with, you know, his riddles. So I'm going to assume that whatever his big plan is, because we see right here he has a switch. He's detonating or turning something on in this chess area. So I think this is something that, you know, is a bigger part of his plan. And maybe the reason why he's doing it at this chess club is because, you know, with chess being a game of you know, you gotta be 3 steps ahead of the other person, he's kind of just gonna be showing the GCPD, you know what, this is a fucking mind game, you're gonna have to beat me, you're gonna have to be the better person. And I think that's what he's doing. He's just showing you that he is a mastermind and he's 3 steps ahead of you. There's also this scene right here where he's walking into the light. I don't really know what could be going on here. Maybe it's just symbolic that he's walking into the light of the Riddler. I don't really know. It could be post, you know, setting off that detonation, or it could just be an early morning stroll that he's doing. I don't really know what the purpose of that scene is. This next scene seems to be the conclusion of the narration that Riddler is talking about. At the start of this, he's talking about how there's always been somebody inside him, and depending on how dirty your mind is, that sounds wrong, but yeah, he just talks about how there's always been this person inside him and that, you know, it's always been wanting to come out and he's been wanting to be that person, which is, you know, before he was very goofy and stuff, now he's a murderous super mastermind guy. And he's just always trying to figure out how to be that person. And I think right here, with the title of this episode being called How the Riddler Got His Name, I think we're going to finally see that person that lives inside Enigma finally come out 100%. But in this particular scene, you see Riddler without his coat. I think he's already going to be wearing the green suit that we see later on in this trailer. I think he'll be wearing that suit already, and for some reason, whatever he's doing right here, he has taken off the suit and he is working on something. If you look in the background, there is a flammable tank, so maybe he's going to be blowing something off. We already saw that switch. And he's just, I feel like he's planning something really big. We know that he has no problems dealing with bombs because when he was setting up, you know, Gordon, he set off a bomb in the train station or whatever, or he was going to set off one. So I think that is something he's doing right now. He's going ahead and he's going to plan something to just blow something up with whatever these flammable liquids are in the background. Or he could just be in an area that has something like that. But I do think he's planning something big because it seems like, you know, he has a detonator, there's a bunch of other stuff going on. So we're going to go ahead and see. Also in this scene, it seems like he's talking to somebody, unless he's talking to himself. But the way he's talking, it seems like he's telling somebody about this whole Riddler persona that he's had. Now, who could he be talking to? My only logical thought is Penguin's dead, so it's not going to be Penguin. I doubt he's going to be talking to Gordon or the GCPD or anybody like that. So I'm assuming maybe he's talking to Barbara. I don't think Butch or Tabitha will be there because you know they want to kill him. But Barbara still needs Nigma to kind of set up her stuff. We don't know how much time is going to be like passed since, you know, episode 14 to episode 15. There is a 2.5 month break. A lot can happen in that time depending on how much they want to skip ahead. But I do think that Barbara's still going to need Nigma to kind of try to keep everybody at bay for a moment and be like, you know what, she's, you know, the big dog in town, whatever. Remember, a lot of those families died, but I don't think they killed every single person in those crime organizations. So she probably needs Riddler to help her set up everything. So I think that he's probably going to be talking to her, and she's going to be talking about how, like, you know, what are you doing? And he's just expressing how he's just like always had this crazy person inside of him. The next scene has Bullock looking at the painting that Penguin had painted of him and Nigma. You know, it has a big question mark on it, just that this is another clue. It's another piece of the puzzle that the GCPD needs to figure out to capture Riddler. And you gotta remember, they know that, you know, the question mark thing is Nigma, because if I remember correctly, when Gordon got set up, they went ahead and they proved that Riddler, they did, mind you, they didn't do it immediately, but at the end of it, when they actually sent him to Arkham, they had proved that he was the Riddler. So they already know that he is the man behind the question marks, so they're going to automatically know who to look for. Or at least they're going to have their #1 suspect. I do also want to point out that later in the trailer, you see Strike Force going in all like guns blazing into this one, into Penguin's house, and that's going to be something prior to this actual scene that we just saw, because if you look right here on the question mark thing, there's a Strike Force guy in the corner of the scene, so they're going to go ahead and raid Penguin's, like, house, because he's been missing. He got shot in the gut. More than likely, they're going to assume he's dead or he's just missing. Somebody kidnapped him. So they're going to have to go and search his property to make sure he's not there. They're going to bring Strike Force. Or Nigma tipped them off and was all like, oh, you know, I have your mayor. Or he's probably going to leave clues about figuring out that Penguin's gone. So that's why they go in there like full-blown Strike Force, SWAT team style. So those two scenes are connected right there. Right here we see Nigma laughing inside a car. This could be after he blows something up, or it could be right before he's going to give his big announcement to all these people in this room. I don't really know, you know, or he could just be laughing because he, you know, heard something funny. This next scene is my favorite of the trailer, and it is Bruce kicking ass. Oh my gosh, when I saw this, I was like, "Wah!" Like, it was just so badass. And I want to point out, if you guys don't notice whose asses he's kicking the asses of that gang that beat his ass the first time. Remember when he was living with Selena, they were stealing, you know, fucking money from them, and they were about to beat Selena's ass, and he was like, you're a coward, and they beat the shit out of him, you know? It's the same freaking guy in his gang, but this time around, Bruce is gonna be kicking ass instead of getting his ass kicked, and I can't wait for this. And also, this little scene right here, where it's just silhouettes fighting, is so Batman. Oh my god, there's like so many like panels and stuff of that, like Batman just being a silhouette fighting a bunch of people. That's how the freaking Batman animated series is, and it's just like, ah! Like, I freaking love this. Favorite part of the damn trailer. And it even says, the future. Hell yeah, bitch. He's gonna be Batman someday. Jumping from that scene, we go to Gordon and his uncle, and he's about to have like a conversation with him, or they're meeting somewhere else. Because remember, at the end of episode 14, he shows up to Gordon's house, so obviously they're gonna have some kind of conversation, but then they're gonna meet up outside of Gotham, because this place looks to be very secluded and stuff like that. Maybe it's a cabin. I don't know why they're gonna meet out there. Maybe his uncle's like, I have something to show you, blah, 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 and they're meeting out here. But yeah, so I think he's going to be able to realize more about the Court of Owls, or he's going to realize what's going on with his uncle, and he wants to know about his dad. That's what he asks. He's like, how did you know my father, or whatever. Actually, he says, what happened between you and my father, and it could be that his father was getting a little too close to the Court of Owls, and they had to kill him, and that is what happened between them. And now, the rest of this second half of the season of season 3, Gordon's going to be going after the Court of Owls. Also, damn it, phone! He's going to go after the court and his uncle if he finds out this information, because of course he's going to want to get revenge for his father, because he has all this respect for his father, and he's going to want to get justice, which would be awesome, because freaking Bruce is going to have his own enemy with freaking clone Bruce right here. He looks super fucking evil. So we're going to have two separate people going after the Court of Owls. It seems like it'll be Gordon trying to go after the Court of Owls because of his uncle, and we'll have Bruce going after the Court of Owls because of clone Bruce. So this whole Court of Owls storyline is going to start coming and being the main force of this second half of the season, which I can't wait for because they kind of just showed up a little bit in the first half, but now I think they're going to conclude that story in this second half. Interesting thing with the whole Gordon stuff, what is the deal with this sniper shot? Maybe his uncle is telling him, like, look, if you want to be a part of the Court of Owls, well, you need to do something to prove your loyalty, and maybe that's why he's going to snipe somebody. I don't know. I don't know why the hell Gordon would have a sniper for, but it could be, or maybe he's scoping out his uncle. Maybe he doesn't like what's going on with his uncle and he wants to take him out. I don't really know, but I have a feeling that it's going to be more of a, like, you need to prove yourself for me to trust you kind of thing, instead of him like, oh, let me go ahead and just cap somebody. He's wearing the same clothes as when he met his uncle. He looks like he's in the woods, so I think that his uncle is going to be like, you know, you need to do something or whatever. I have really no idea. Or maybe they're going hunting. I have no idea why he has a freaking sniper, but I feel like it's going to be something along those lines. Back to the Riddler stuff. I talked about this one scene right here where Riddler doesn't have his coat on. We see this shot right here where he's like, oh, I'm a badass, I'm Randy fucking Orton. You know, so we see Riddler doing this in that scene where he was talking to somebody and it had the explosive stuff behind him. Maybe this is like a penthouse or something. I don't really know where he could be at, but it looks like he's overseeing something, or maybe he's just, you know, he likes the view. I don't really know what he's doing here, but I will show you that he's already got the green suit at this point, because look at his gloves here, right? So he's wearing these black gloves. In this next scene over here where he gives a thumbs up, he's wearing the same damn gloves. He's in the same kind of suit. So that's why I'm saying he's already in the green suit at this time. He's just whatever he's messing with. He doesn't want to get it on his coat because it looks like it's a nice coat. And so he has taken that off and he's doing whatever he needs to do. But so I'm going to assume he's going to be in this suit for a majority of the video. Whatever he's planning might have to do with the GCPD, because if you go right here to this scene, he is talking to a room full of cops, and maybe he wants to show how powerful he is, how clever he is, because he doesn't give a damn. They're all going to be looking for him, and he's going to show up to the GCPD Academy, and you can see that at the top of these banners. It says Gotham City Police Academy. At the bottom, it says Honor Through Excellence. Riddler is on the podium with the spotlight in front of all of these freaking cops, and there's this quick scene right here where he taps the microphone. The microphone is on that podium, and he's about to give his whole address or maybe master plan to all of these cops. There is this last scene right here where he is walking under a bridge or a crane or something of that. He's walking under a structure. It looks very similar to the area where he shot Penguin. Maybe he went to just make sure he's dead or something. I don't really know why he would be in that area. But again, he's gonna give a speech in front of a whole academy of cops. So at this point, Riddler don't give a fuck. Like, he's on top of the world. He can do whatever he wants. But yeah, so that's it. We're gonna see the Riddler become the Riddler. I should say we're gonna see Edward Nygma become the Riddler and see how he got his name. And maybe this is how he gets his name, by doing, like, making everything so freaking public. And, you know, he's killed the, you know, he's talking about he's leaving clues for the freaking GCPD that the mayor's missing. Of course, that's going to be in the papers. Where's the mayor? Where's the mayor? And he's going to be the reason why the mayor's missing, or he's going to leave the clues behind. Maybe we'll finally see freaking Vicky Vale come back, and maybe she'll get the scoop on what's happening, and maybe she's the person that gives the Riddler his name. I don't really know, but what I'm assuming from this trailer right now is Nygma is going to be leaving all of these clues with this chess club, with this painting, and he's going to, you know, bring out the whole shabam at the Gotham City Police Department, and just maybe say how badass he is, or talk about what he did to the Riddler, to Penguin. I don't really know. Like, he could be doing a lot of stuff, but I do think that he's going to show how clever and powerful he is to the GCPD, the only people standing in his way at the moment. But that is it, guys. Let me know what you think is going on in this episode in the comment sections down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share with all your Gotham buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. If I have my daily dose of juice, see you guys next time. Bye!